Hello, very good morning to all of you. So, myself Nikkita Pratab, your faculty for ancient history as well as medieval history. So, today we are going to discuss about the guild system in India. Now, in previous lectures, we have conceptually seen what were the guilds or who were the guilds. Okay, so what is the guild system or who were the guilds in the trading economy or trade and commerce wala economical part. Okay, but today we are going to discuss it as a significant theme in the ancient history. Now see, whenever you discuss about the ancient India, you need to assess some of the significant threads of ancient India. If you have a good hold over these threads, you can access each of the event of the ancient India. Like for example, the development of inscription, the development of coinage system, the development of the guild system. Okay. Beyond that, parallelly, we are also going on the development of the political administration, the social, cultural development, after that the economical development also. Okay, but those are a very general dimensions which we have to cover, whether it is ancient India, whether it is medieval India, whether it is modern India. But when it comes to a specific time frame, there are some of the certain areas which we need to follow. Why? Because UPSC will be asking the questions right from these threads only. Okay, so let us start with the guild system in India. But before that, as our universal rule is to revise the previous historical event so that we can further go in a good way. Okay, so the first is the Stone Age, and in the Stone Age we have seen that there were no literary sources. There are no literary sources, and that is why we term it as the prehistoric period. Okay, that is why we term this period as a prehistoric period. After that, we have seen the Indus Valley Civilization, and during this Indus Valley Civilization, we also call it as a proto-historic period. Okay, proto-historic period. Why? Because we are not able to decipher the text which we have got from the Harappan and Mohenjo-daro civilization. Okay, now after that, we have also discussed about the Vedic age and the latter Vedic period. Okay, latter Vedic period. Now, this Vedic and latter Vedic period comes to the end up till the 600 BC. Okay, and during that time or after that 600 BC, we'll see that there is emergence of Mahajanapadas. Okay, Mahajanapadas, among them, the Mauryas became the one of the most strongest period, Mauryan period. Okay, after that we have seen the Post-Mauryan period, Post-Mauryan period. Okay, and after that we have seen the Gupta period. Okay, Gupta period, with respect to the political, economical and social development. Okay, we have seen all the threads that were being developed through this period. Okay, now here you need to, now after the Gupta period we are going to see the post-Gupta period also. But before post-Gupta period, we need to assess some of the important threads in today's and the next lecture. Okay, so today we are on the guild system. Okay, so here after the later Vedic period, that is 600 BC to 600 AD, okay, 600 AD, okay, we find a confined development of the polity, of the economy and of the socio-religious cultures. Okay, like if you imagine that after the later Vedic period, the village started to be converting it into the towns and the cities, and then the city started to recollect, collaborate and build a stronger empire. Okay, and for them we call it as a Mahajanapadas. So here we had seen the Haranyaka dynasty, Shishunag dynasty, Nanda dynasty and the Mauryan dynasty as well. Now the Mauryan were one of the largest who conquered the whole of the Indian subcontinent, leaving some of the parts of South India. Okay, now after that the post-Mauryan period, we have also seen who were the independent powers who came during the post-Mauryan period, and after that we have seen the Gupta period development. Now during the Gupta period or before the Gupta period, we have seen that many of the foreign invaders had invaded Indian subcontinent. Now, this was the period when they will be having a good trade ties with the external countries or the external regions. Okay, and that is why we'll see that the economy, okay, the economy will be taking a good pace in this period, especially after the post-Mauryan period. Okay, but who were these people who are taking such initiatives and in a very good way, in a very structured way? So they are nothing but the guild people. Okay, so they are the guild people. Okay, now who are these people? Now just see the image. Okay, now see, this is one trader, okay, who is dealing with the another trader. Okay, now they are exchanging their values through a barter system, right? Now if you see, is he holding any kind of cash like what we do? No, he is not having any Paytm, he is not having any Google Pay, nothing. Okay, he is holding a pot. Okay, he is holding a pot in his two hands. Okay, and this person is having some of the product which he is to sell, which he has to sell in the market. Okay, so he would be exchanging his available product to that person. Okay, now here the barter system was being initiated since the Indus Valley Civilization. We have very less evidences or minimal or no evidences with respect to Stone Age. But when we come towards the Indus Valley Civilization, like especially at the Lothal dockyard of the Gujarat, we find that the barter system was being carried out for the international and the inter-regional trade as well. Okay, now how was this barter system being carried out? The barter system was being carried out, like for example, I want to sell this mic. Okay, now I would be having to search the same value for this mic. Okay, like for example, if any another party B, okay, is willing to sell his mobile to me, and instead of that he wants this mic. Okay, so the needs should be contemporary. When I need the mic to be sold, okay, I should also be willing to take that mobile. So the needs should be arising at both the sides. That person should also need this mic, and that person should be also giving me the mobile phone. Okay, so here the common choice or the common transaction should be available. If the common transaction is not available, I will have to wait until and unless I get those common partners who are going to share with me their objects in the barter system. So this was a major loophole of the barter system, that if I want to sell my grains, if I want to sell my potteries, I have to get to such a person who is willing to take this. And on contrary, I am also willing to take his produce. Okay, so this was a major challenge in the barter system, and that is why you will find that after the Indus Valley Civilization, or especially during the later Vedic period, we'll see when we step into the Mauryan dynasty, okay, we'll see that the coinage system was introduced. Okay, the coinage system was introduced. Now, what was the significance of this coinage? We didn't have to search for an ideal partner, the trade partner, ideal trade partner, right? So the searching time was minimized. Okay, the searching time for an ideal partner was minimized. Secondly, we got a particular value from this coin. For example, this coin is of 10 paisa. Okay, it is of 10 paisa. Now, this 10 paisa coin, it can be used in the transaction with any kind of the traders during that time. Okay, so this was a common value which was being shared by every of the trader, whether they need or whether they don't need. Okay, So this was the significance of the emergence of the coinage system. Now after the Mauryan period, we'll see that this coinage would be taking much more development into in its own area. Okay, like for example, what we have talked that during the Kushan period, when the Indo-Greek people invaded Indian subcontinent, we have seen that this Indo-Greek people, especially during the Kushana period, okay, we have seen that we transacted our goods through the gold coins. Okay, and this was being carried out at the initial phase of the Gupta as well. But at the latter phase of the Gupta, the gold coins had declined. Okay, so we had discussed this. So this was the graph of the development during the ancient India. So this graph rightly started from the 600 BC and ended up till the 600 AD. I don't mean that it ended completely, but it took a new path. Okay, but in ancient India, we have to study this path from the 600 BC to 600 AD. Please keep this into mind in a very well noted form. Okay, now the development of the coinage system would be also from 600 BC to 600 AD. The development of the inscription would be also from the 600 BC to 600 AD, and the development of the coinage system or the guild system would be also the same period. Okay, so whenever we study the ancient history, we should take into consideration the development of each of the trade from the 600 BC to 600 AD. Okay, chalo, let's see the